cannot fix this on my own. I need some help. Yes, please come help me. I will tell you what to do.
Okay, so what should I do?
You have to hold these mantelpiece right here, okay? I'm going from inside. I have to drill a hole right through the wall. Your only thing to do is to hold this mantelpiece in position. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Just let me inside. Wait a second.
Have you ever used that before?
No! Mind your fingers! Drill is coming through! Well, what do you think?
I mean, you're kind of like 2 meters off.
What? What do you mean? Are you insane? You were supposed to warn me that I was a little bit off. Your only thing to do was to hold this mantelpiece right here. This isn't a fucking circus. This is a serious theater. Get out back to your seat.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and
Man,
welcome
you're
to tonight's performance of The Murder at Havisham Manor. Can I kindly request that you switch off all your mobile phone devices, and please know that photography of any kind is prohibited. Also, if you find a modern talking CD somewhere in the auditorium, please, I need that back. So, hand it to one member of the staff at the end of the performance. Thank you. All right, stand by Act 1. Note for the cast: the dog is still missing, and we need to find him before his entrance. So please.
No, we need it. We need this.
Wait a second. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, so many of you. Welcome to this evening's performance of The Murder at Havisham Manor. Now, I would like to personally welcome you to what will be my directorial debut and my first production as head of Drama Society. Slovak Sociology Studies Student Theater, to be precise, or shortly. All right, so we are particularly excited to present this play for you because it's for the first time in the history of our theater that we were able to find a play that fits our numbers perfectly. If we're honest, lack of numbers has hampered our past productions, such as last year's performance of the Two Musketeers, or indeed our Christmas play, Narnia Chronicles, The Lion and the Wardrobe. Oh yeah, I can't forget to mention our summer musical, The Cat. But that does not matter now, because it's for the first time in the history of our theater that we have managed to stage a play of this scale, and we are simply thrilled. It's no secret that in the past we had to contend with a rather small budget, such as in the, what was it? Roald Dahl's classic, James and the Giant Peach. Unfortunately, during the run of that particular show, the peach went off. And we were forced to stage a hastily devised alternative entitled, James, where's your peach? But as I said, that does not matter, because for the first time, we were able to rehearse the play as it should be. And the cast is exceptionally well. I'm sure no one will forget our problems with casting when we presented, for example, Snow White and Paul Bro, gentlemen, or another Disney classic, Ugly and the Beast. Now, on with the main event, which I'm confident will be our best performance yet. So without further ado, please put your hands together for Susie H.K. Brightfell's thrilling whodunit, Murder at Havisham Manor.
Charlie, we're all waiting downstairs to raise a glass to your engagement. Come on, Charlie. You've been there for hours now. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were having second thoughts about the wedding. Come on, Charlie. If you don't come out, I'll come in. Oh, please lock the doors. Hand me the keys, Perkins.
Here they are, Mr. Collymore.
Thank you. We're coming in. We're coming in. We're coming in. There we are. We're in. What was this? Charles, unconscious.
Asleep, surely, Mr. Collymore.
I hope so.
I will take his pulse.
Then I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. It's so unlike Charles to disappear like this.
Sir,
He's dead. Dead? He can't be dead. He's my closest friend.
but he's not breathing, sir. And there is no sign of any heartbeat.
I'm dumbfounded. He was right as rain an hour ago.
I don't understand it. He was fit as fiddle. He can't be dead. It doesn't make any sense.
It makes a perfect sense, Perkins. He's been murdered. Good God! Where's Florence?
In the kitchen, shall I call her?
Yes, and quickly!
But she's bound to have one of her hysterical episodes.
Get everyone in here! Right now! Charles! Dead! What a horror!
Lounge to kitchen. Cecil, Miss Collymore, come to Charles' private room. He's been murdered.
But do you think it was murder, Perkins? Or perhaps it was suicide?
Suicide? How can you say that? There never was a man with more zest for life than Charles Havisham. He was young, rich, and soon to be married. Why on earth would he commit a suicide?
But why would anyone want to murder him? He was such a gentle fellow.
It's true. He was generous, kind, a true philanthropist, and he never had an enemy in his life.
Well, until today, it seems.
Shall I call the police, sir?
The police! They will make it out here in this terrible snowstorm. I'll telephone Inspector Carter. He lives just the other side of the village. He'll be here next to no time. Hand me the receiver, Perkins. Thank you, Perkins. Hello, the police. I need to talk to Inspector Carter. I know it's late. I don't care about the weather. There's been murder at Hersham Manor. Someone's murdered Charles Hersham.
Sound effect error on Q4.
That's right. Well, thank you. He's on his way.
Inspector Carter?
He's the best damn inspector in the district. He'll crack this case and quick.
And what shall I do, sir?
Lock all the doors. Not a soul gets out of the Hersham Manor until the killer is found.
Right away, sir.
Well, get everyone in here.
Advance, sir.
Charles. Murdered at his own engagement party. What horror. Florence!
Charles! I can't believe what I'm seeing. My God! He looks so frail lying there. His skin is so cold to touch.
But don't touch him, Florence!
I must.
You mustn't!
Well, unhand me, you controlling brute. How you could do such a thing? The night of our engagement party! Cecil, quick! Your brother's dead!
I'm coming, Miss Collymore!
This way, Master Heversham.
Brother! That it can be! Calm yourself, Cecil! Buckins poured that man a stiff drink!
Right away, sir. Charles always kept his best scotch in the study.
My brother had the finest collection of scotch in the entire county! Don't you think I know that? He was my best friend. He was my brother, Thomas! Hang it all, Charlie's dead!
I can't bear it!
Well, you aren't to leave my side tonight, Florence.
Study to lounge.
What is it?
He has drank the whole bottle. There is not a drop left. There is not a drop left.
Well, there must be another one in the cabinet!
Oh yeah, this one is full.
Perfect! Bring it here! This is terrible! I mean, who on earth would have a motivation to kill Charles?
I can't imagine.
It's madness! Who would kill him? Thomas, I am in shock. So am I, Cecil. So am I. shall faint. Don't faint! Cecil, pour him a stiff drink right now!
Thank you, Parkins.
Deep breaths, Florence! Deep breaths. That's it.
Terrible. It's a week after our engagement.
He was a good man. Oh, that was the best scotch I've ever had.
Well, have another one to calm your nerves.
Make it a double.
Charles. My Charles. My head is spinning.
Another scotch, sir.
Yes.
I can't believe he was drinking here alone when he was supposed to be with us.
My brother, he wasn't as happy as he led people to believe. Underneath that cheerful mask lay a darker side to the man many didn't know about.
It's true! His smile was often just a facade, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the only people he truly confided in. I've lost a real friend tonight.
We all have Perkins. I knew Charles ever since school.
I don't know how I'll ever recover from this.
Well, you'll move home back with me. I'm your brother and I'll have it no other way.
Parkins is right. My brother was hiding a deep sense of melancholy and resentment. There is not a single doubt in my mind. This was a suicide.
Suicide? How can you say that? It was murder. Murder in the second degree.
Nonsense! That man was paranoid, jealous, and I can prove it. Parkins, hand me his journal from the mantelpiece. Why? Let's have a look at the last entry. I feel and I fear Florence does not love me. The night of our engagement party, despair engulfs my soul.
But I love Charles with all my heart!
As I said, driven man by paranoia and jealousy.
The
Inspector!
Thank heavens he's here.
What a terrible snowstorm. Good evening. I'm Inspector Carter. Take my case.
Yes, sir.
So, this must be Charles Havisham. I'm sorry. This must have given you all a damn shock.
It did. We're all still reeling.
Naturally. Are any of you the deceased's immediate family?
I am his brother, Cecil Havisham.
Irish fiancée, Florence Colmore. And tonight was our engagement party.
What a damn sad thing. I take it everyone is assembled in here?
Yes, everyone except for Arthur, the gardener. I saw him leaving a few hours ago, him and Winston.
Winston?
His guard dog.
No, I see. You, have you bought everyone a stiff drink?
Yes, Inspector.
To the man we all loved, to Charles.
Charles!
Delicious!
Excellent.
Lovely! That's a damn fine bottle, Perkins! What's the vintage?
Benevolent Roses.
Listen, you all must be shocked, but forgive me. The sooner I can begin my inquiries, the sooner we can get to the bottom of this ghastly business. You,
Yes,
take the
Inspector.
body to Charles's study, please, so I can examine it.
I'll lend you a hand, Perkins.
And then lock all the doors to the house and prepare this room. I'll conduct my inquiries here afterwards.
Inspector, any ideas as to the cause of the death?
Well, it could be a number of things. Suffocation, or, for example, strangulation, or... or perhaps... or perhaps poison. Before fully examining the body, I wouldn't like to say.
How can someone do it?
Try not to think about it, Miss Collymore. After I'm finished, I'll speak to each and one of you individually, and then perhaps you can get some rest and calm your nerves.
Thank you, Inspector. This is all more than I can bear.
Of course. I'll return presently as soon as I finish examining the body.
Thank God, Dave! Thank God they've gone!
His body weighs a ton!
Lay the body down here, gentlemen.
Yes, Inspector.
So, this is Charles's study.
It's such a tragedy for a man to die just 3 months before he's to be married.
I can't stand it. Just look at him. Lying there.
This is just more booze.
Morose! Morose indeed.
Cecil, we must be careful now. It would be very easy for the two of us to become implicated in Charles's death. If they find out about us, we'll be suspects.
So what? We're having an affair! That doesn't mean we killed him!
Well, of course not. But that's what the inspector will think.
It's fine. We'll just carry on as if everything's just as it was. At least now you won't be forced to marry my beastly brother.
And soon we can be together and not keep any secrets.
Now, with my brother out of the picture, I must ask you one question.
It's so strange to think of Charles being dead. He was such an influence on all of our lives.
It's true. It's
as though he is still in the room, alive with us.
Well, seeing a cadaver for the first time can be unsettling, but pull yourself together, Perkins. I'll need your help with dusting of his personal belongings for the fingerprints.
Oh, yes, Inspector.
Thomas, would you check his pocket, please?
Well, of course, Inspector. What was that?
Sir?
I could have sworn I just saw him breathing. Breathing?
Nonsense, Gallimore! This man is obviously dead!
Florence, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Marry me! Charles is dead! He can never come between us again! He's gone and he's never coming back!
Good gentlemen, we have found a letter at Charles's body, and we have dusted it for fingerprints. Would you please take it to the service quarters for the coroner to collect in the morning?
Of course, Inspector.
And Perkins, check if all the doors are locked, please.
Yes, Inspector.
And Thomas, would you please bring me a pencil and my notebook?
Of course, Inspector.
Thank you.
After you, Charles.
Very well, I shall marry you.
Florence, come into my arms!
I shall.
One embrace!
Oh, Cecil.
The Inspector requires a pencil. What is going on in here?
I felt flustered and Cecil here was just cooling my brow.
Whatever. I need to find the pencil. That's it. Now I have the pencil. I'll be on my way.
Thank God he's gone! That man is such a nuisance!
Well, he's my brother.
Just kiss me, Florence, just once!
Kiss me 1,000 times.
Sorry to disturb you. Master Heversham? Miss Collymore? Anyway, I've come to collect the keys to lock us all inside.
Thank you, Perkins, they are on that table.
Now I have the keys, and I shall lock all the doors at once.
You don't think Perkins suspects us, do you?
That old fool? Of course not!
Enough words. Take me.
I forgot the inspector's notebook. What in God's name?
I was about to faint and Cecil caught me.
I don't have time for this. I need to find the notebook.
I'll be on my way if you'll excuse me.
Blasted interruptions!
Kiss me, Cecil.
I want you, Florence. You make my heart beat out of my chest!
Your eyes send me into a dream. Cecil, I can't wait a second longer.
Master Harrison, Miss Billimore. I've come to prepare the room. Thank you, Perkins! Put it on the mantelpiece! At last we're alone! At last we're alone!
Oh, Cecil, let's run away. Somewhere far away from here.
Soon, my love, soon. But we must be careful. We mustn't arouse suspicion.
Cecil, who do you think killed Charles?
I don't think there is any question about that. He was killed by your own brother, Thomas Collymore.
My own brother! What a devil of a situation this is!
Not so fast, Inspector!
But why would Thomas want Charles dead?
Isn't it obvious? He was always possessive when it came to you, Florence. He couldn't bear the idea of giving his one sister to his best friend. He saw you together at tonight's engagement party, and he snapped and killed Charles.
But if it's Thomas, then what if our affair is discovered?
There is no doubt about that. He would come and kill us like he killed Charles.
I feel faint again.
Don't worry, Florence. Just follow my lead.
I'm sorry to have kept you. Now I have finished the examination of the body. Our interviews can proceed. Perkins, begin Charles's personal facts, please.
Where should I put them, Inspector?
On the mantel. Please. Well, don't go just yet, Perkins.
Okay, Inspector.
I'll ask you a few questions. Miss Collymore, Mr. Havisham, would you mind leaving us the room, please?
Of course.
May I?
Yes, of course. Are you a heavy smoker?
Yes, I've been smoking since I was 12.
Are you feeling all right?
A little shaken, sir. But I think I will be fine.
You were close with Charles Havisham?
Yes, very close.
And yet you don't appear to be upset by his death.
On the contrary, I have barely taken it in. He was such a generous man.
Yes, and kind. It is true.
You met him?
Once, briefly at the local police station. He was working as a consultant on a fraud case I was working on.
I see.
How long have you been working at Havisham Manor?
8 years.
80 years?
8 years.
I see. And have you enjoyed your time here?
My work for Master Havisham has been nothing but a joy. And ever since I came here, I was considered not only as a butler, but also as a friend and confidant. And now, if you will need me, I will be in my quarters. Exits. Exits.
Oh, Perkins, before you go, would you please be so kind and send in Florence Collymore?
Yes, Inspector.
Thank you.
Darling, I'm already here. But don't ask too much of me, Inspector.
At last,
I feel fretted as glass.
At last, Collymore, you found me a pencil.
Yes, Inspector.
And my notebook. Well, good job! I would like to interview your sister. Would you mind leaving us the room?
Well, naturally. I'll be in the library if you need me, Florence.
Don't fret, Miss Collymore. My questions will be brief and to the point. And then perhaps you can relax a bit and relax. Firstly, how old are you?
21.
I'll make a note of that. When were you and your fiancé due to be married?
In the new year.
And when did you first meet?
Only 7 months ago. But my brother has known him since school. He introduced us at a local gala, and it was love at first sight. I knew from the very first moment I saw him that he was the man I intended to marry.
Well, I think that's enough note-taking for now.
When you love someone, there's no such thing as rushing, Inspector.
Don't you feel like you were rushing into marriage?
Why wouldn't I love him?
Did you love him then?
How could anyone have benefited?
Can't you think of anyone who might have benefited from Charles's death?
Cecil!
Not even Cecil!
I wasn't having an affair. Don't you raise your voice to me, Inspector.
You were having an affair!
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down, Miss Collymore. Oh.
Which letter?
How do you explain this letter?
You read my letter. Where did you find it?
I'll tell you what letter. The one addressed to Cecil Havisham, written in by your hand, declaring your love for him, and how the thought of marrying Charles repulsed you.
Charles.
You found my letter? Where did you find it?
I'll tell you where I found it.
Charles's pocket.
Charles read it. And it was suicide.
Indeed. Or perhaps it was murder, conceived by yourself and Cecil Havisham, so you can run away together.
How dare you? You diabolical beast! I won't stand for this, Inspector. If you accuse me once more, you'll be so...
What's all this shouting? Well, is this Inspector?
I'm merely interviewing Miss Cullimore.
Calm down, Florence! Stop shouting!
She's having one of her episodes. Snap out of it, Florence! You're hysterical.
Florence, where are you going?
Come back here this instant! She's run off. I'll fetch her back. You stay here, Cecil. I dare say if the inspector wants to talk to you, you were Chelsea's brother. After all.
Oh. I'm sorry, Inspector. It was a shock for her, and for all of us. It's been quite a night, and it's already getting late.
Oh yes, 6 o'clock already.
Do you have any questions for me, Inspector?
Oh, yes. Only short questions, similar to those I asked. Miss Cullimore?
Fire away. I'm always at your service.
Oh, very well. You and your brother, did you get along well?
Up and down, Inspector. Since Father died, there was rather more strain on our relationship. It was no secret our father cared much more for Charles than myself.
I see. This is your father in the portrait, is it not?
It is.
Well, he looks just like Charles, doesn't he?
He did, and quite he was young, yes.
You were the junior by 4 years?
Almost 4. And didn't I know it? Charles patronized and embarrassed me throughout our entire childhood. He always thought he knew best, and Father always took his side. Whenever he didn't improve, he was unbearable.
I see. It sounds far from the ideal, brother. In fact, it sounds like you hated one another.
I won't lie, Inspector. Me and my brother, we never truly saw eye to eye. But if you are suggesting that I had something to do with his murder, you are mistaken. Mistaken.
Well, tonight is a dark...
Ah! Inspector!
You can barely make out the trees.
What are you saying, Inspector?
I'm saying that tonight would be the perfect night for you to murder your own brother.
Inspector! Let me laugh! Me and my brother! We had our differences, but deep down we cared for one another.
And yet you were having an affair with his fiancée.
What on earth gave you that idea?
Oh, the letter addressed to you, written by Florence Collymore.
You know about that?
Yes, and it seems that so did Charles.
Well, bravo, Inspector! You have found out about Florence and I, but it proves nothing. We didn't have a thing to do with Charles's murder, but Thomas Collymore does! He is a dangerously unhinged man with a devil of a temper, and Florence is his sister. I have said it before, and I shall say it again. He saw them together at tonight's engagement party, and it made him lose control, and he lashed out at Charles. A crime of passion, perhaps, but there it is.
Thank you, Cecil. You've been most helpful. Now, please, on your way out, would you mind sending me Thomas Collymore?
Of course, Inspector. Anything to help the progress of your investigation.
Well, hang it all, Charles. Who could have killed you? Everybody under this damn roof seems guilty. That's queer. There's something underneath these cushions. A ledger. Oh, a ledger. A ledger. Aha! A ledger. What a surprise. I wonder what's inside. Notes, bills. What's this? The last will and testament of Charles Havisham, dated only today. Let me see. Let me see. I, Charles Havisham, hereby amend my last will and testament. I leave all of my possessions, Havisham Manor, with all of its grounds and contents, to one and only. Good God!
Thomas Collymore for you, Inspector.
I need to review some documents in Charles' study. I'm very sorry. I'll be back shortly.
Take your time, Inspector. Indeed. Tell me, Thomas, did you find Florence? She ran into the ground. And what were your feelings about Charles and Florence's engagement? Well, you know me, Charles. I love Florence, and I love Charles with all my heart. But Collymore, it is well known how protective you are of your sister. I'll get it. Who is it? It's
Discrepancies? What are you talking about, man? Gone? Gone where? 9,000 pounds stolen? Good God! Beckins, get in here!
Yes, sir.
Fetch me my bank book and my pen!
Right away, sir. Your bank book and pen, sir.
Ah! Ah! Oh, thank you, Hawkins! I want you to know this is an absolute disgrace. I have you reported to your superiors. What's your name? Fitzroy. I write that down. Mr. Fitzroy, I want you to know this telephone call has put me in a very difficult position. Now listen, Fitzroy, I didn't authorize the transaction, and I have no idea who did. You figure it out and call me back. What was that going on? Well, 9,000 pounds were stolen from my private savings. What a ghastly evening.
Thomas, I have a confession to make.
What is it?
Florence and I were having an affair.
What? Calm down, Collymore! You always first stake in the grass! Collymore, it's not what you think! We are in love! My sister does not love you! How dare you lay a finger on her! Your own brother's fiancée is disgusting! You're disgusting! No wonder your father hated you! How dare you speaking about my father! The time has come for her to answer to me for her indiscretions! Draw your on God! Nice try, but no mix for my skill.
You've got a good berry, Collymore.
Barry, I'll show you the Barry! I'm done! Shake! 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 It seems there's no doubt after all who killed Charles. Shake! 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 He was killed by his own brother. Shake! 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 In a fit of jealous rage. Shake! 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 You'll be sorry I laid a finger on my sister. Shake! 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 You'll be sorry! Shake!
I see. Yo! I don't know how you managed to remain so calm and collected in a situation like this, Inspector.
Well, this comes from years of experience, of course.
Indeed.
The most important thing now is that we remain calm and don't let each other out of our sight. Well, where's Miss Collymore?
She's coming now. Get in here, Florence! Florence, you don't look yourself this ill.
Thomas, I'm frightened.
Don't worry, you're safe in here with me.
What is going on?
Isn't it obvious? Cecil has lost control.
Cecil, surely not.
Oh, yes. He's been driven mad by his lust for you. And now he knows we found him out.
I cannot bear it. Cecil would not do such a thing.
This is a fine mess, the worst night I have seen in 88 years of my service.
Save me, brother, save me.
No worries, I shan't let anyone hurt the hair on your hat.
I'm panicking. I can't believe Cecil?
Cecil.
Cecil is doing this.
Try to stay calm, Miss Collymore.
I shall faint.
You shan't faint! Confound it! What a devil of a situation this is!
Not so fast, Inspector!
We're all going to survive tonight, you hear me?
Take cover. It's Cecil with a gun.
Good heavens!
Good luck!
I need.
He's crossing the landing. Quickly, we must knock him out.
Give me the keys, Perkins!
Oh, here they are, sir.
Help me, the keys, Perkins, before Cecil comes in and...
Good
Lord.
Cecil.
A double murder!
Found a modern talking CD. Carry on.
Time of death, midnight.
Cecil, no, no, no. I loved him. I know it's wrong. I know I was engaged to Charles, but Cecil was mine, and I was his.
There, Miss Collymore.
How will I go on? Socks.
You take the body outside, please.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, Perkins, I'll lend you a hand.
Sir?
Well, 2 murders in one night. I haven't seen Dad in a long time, and I've been inspector for 20. Yes.
Oh, Inspector, my fiancé and my lover killed on the same eve.
Remember your you're breathing, Miss Collymore. Now is not the time for another one of your episodes.
I am having an episode, Inspector. I cannot help it.
No, Miss Collymore, please try to control yourself. Oh,
Florence, control yourself, girl. Control yourself.
She's having one of her hysterical episodes.
They're dead. They're gone and they're never coming back.
Florence, that's enough. I will not tolerate another tantrum of yours.
Get away from me, Tom. You don't understand my grief.
That was enough. Take one of your pills.
No, not more pills. They're mints.
But now, tell me, who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
yes, and one we need to answer quickly if we want to get out of here alive.
Oh, Inspector, you're giving me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all another scotch.
Yes, Inspector.
Now, tell me, is there anyone else in the grounds other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The garden left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
Oh,
Go! I needed that.
Does anybody else have access to the grounds?
no one, Inspector.
I am the only one who has the master key, and I have locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you have arrived.
So, who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
And one we need to answer quickly if we want to get out of here alive.
Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all another scotch. Now tell me, is there anybody else in the grounds other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The garden left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
God, I needed that. Does anybody else have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I am the only one who has the master key, and I have locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you have arrived.
So, who could have killed him?
That's a good question.
And one we need to answer quickly if we want to get out of here alive. Perkins, pour us all another scotch. Now tell me, is there anybody else in the grounds other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The garden left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins. I needed that!
Does anybody else have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I am the only one who and I have locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you have arrived.
So who could have killed him?
That's a good question.
And one we need to answer quickly if we want to get out of here alive.
Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, please pour us all another scotch. Now tell me, is there anyone else in the grounds other than the four of us?
Soul.
The garden left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins. I needed that!
Does anybody else have access to the grounds?
No, Inspector.
I am the only one who has the master key, and I have locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you have arrived.
So who could have killed him?
That's a good question.
And one we need to answer quickly if we want to get out of here alive. Perkins, for us all another scotch.
ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed your break. We will be resuming our performance in just a couple of moments. I'm quite surprised that so many of you has decided to stay for the second half. Yeah, I would be lying if I said that everything went as it was planned. There was one or two minor snags that you may or may not have noticed. But those are minor snags that would occur on any opening night. And this certainly wasn't the worst opening act we have ever experienced. Yeah. For example, our play, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, went off to a shaky start when we realized that our main set designer suffered from color blindness. Yeah. But before we begin, I would like to have one
It's
word.
going quite badly, to be honest.
But before we begin, I would like
She's unconscious and we still haven't found the dog.
as I said, before we begin, I would like to have one word on health and safety administration. Can I please ask anyone who might have consumed any other alcoholic beverage than Borovichka to seek immediate medical help? Everyone okay? All right, Mr. Latsko? Mr. All right, so now, on with main event. Please put your hands together for concluding act of the murder at Haversham Manor.
No one could have killed him except for the people in this room.
Good God, you're right. He's one of us.
This is a disaster.
And it's not over yet. 2 murders on one night at Haversham Manor. What a grisly evening.
Frightful, brother, frightful.
And look, Mr. Collymore, the snowstorm outside this building.
If we're not careful, we'll be snowed into this slaughterhouse. We must discover the guilty man.
Indeed. The gunshots were heard coming from the library. I shall investigate the room. All of you, remain here.
Of course, this whole business is a disgrace. Now, let us remind ourselves of what we already know.
We know that Charles Haversham was murdered in his private room at the night of his own engagement party.
We know that his fiancée was involved in an affair with his own brother. How could my sister behave in such a way?
Not now, Thomas. We know that he too was murdered on the same evening in cold blood.
And what we do not know is who the murderer is.
Oh, the tension in this house. The tension in this house. The tension. The tension is tense.
And how are you feeling, Florence?
Oh, yeah, I'm really good.
That's dreadful.
Okay, I mean, dreadful, I want to die.
That's the spirit, Florence.
now, Miss Collymore, I must ask you one very important question. Where were you when the murder was committed?
I was on the floor. On the floor with a mustache.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah?
So was I.
Kiss me 1,000 times, I'm yours.
Of course! That's what big brothers are for.
This is a disaster and it's already midnight. That was most ominous.
Ominous indeed.
Study to lounge. Are you there, Collymore?
Yes, what is it?
Come to Charles's private room, please. I need to show you something.
Well, at once, Inspector. I'll be there in a second.
No, hej, możesz. Fajnie to idzie. No, však poznáš toho Ukrajinca, nič mu nebolo dobre, nič sa dookola to isté, nestieli sme tú generálku, ale inak celkom dobré, ja som si myslel, že sa viac toho pokazí. No, v pohode. Ale áno, jedol som. No, ono to už práve beží, teraz už to skončila prestávka. Však potom ti zavolám, že to dopadlo. Tak, ahoj zatiaľ.
What the f...
I have found a weapon that was used to kill Cecil Havisham.
Good God! Oh, where was it?
Oh, it was in the library, lying on the table. Muzzle warm and the barrel still smoking.
So someone killed Cecil with this.
Yes, less than half an hour ago.
But who?
I was hoping you would be able to help me with that, Collymore. After all, we're friends, aren't we?
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was down in the kitchen fetching my sister some refreshment. And... Line? Line!
I don't know what page we're on, mate.
And I don't know what page we're on, mate. Besides, why would I want to murder my closest friend's younger brother?
Well, perhaps because you found out he was having an affair with your sister. You're a jealous man, Colima. We all know that. You are ruthlessly protective of her.
Protective! I approve of anything that makes my sister happy.
Now, don't give me that. You killed Cecil Havisham in cold blood, and you know very well that wasn't the plan.
Who the devil could that be?
I don't know either, Miss Collymore.
I don't know either, Miss Collymore. But quickly, we must get you out of harm's way. I know that Charles Havisham had built secret passageway just behind this bookcase. Stand there, I shall open. Stand there, I shall open. Get inside, Miss Collymore. You will be safe in here. I'm going. Arthur the gardener, what are you doing here?
I was gardening late in the ground with Winston when I got caught in the terrible storm and couldn't make it home.
That's awful, Arthur. Come inside. You wouldn't believe what a nightmare this evening has been. Charles has been murdered.
Charles Havisham! Whoa! Winston, get down from there!
Not only that, his brother Cecil was murdered as well.
That would explain the strange goings-on I have observed out in the grounds.
Strange goings on.
A mysterious figure stood by the shrubbery that stands right outside of this room. I have noticed that the latch on the window was forced open and Winston found this beneath it. A lace handkerchief stained with a deep red mark with a distinctive scent.
Cyanide.
Precisely! Cyanide! Quiet, Winston! And not only that, the handkerchief is also embroidered with the initials FC.
Florence Collymore.
Indeed! Come, Winston.
There is something else I need to show you, Collymore. A ledger containing Charles's new will and testament. It appears he has changed the beneficiary.
And who on earth has it changed the beneficiary?
Who on earth has it changed the benefit? Oh. Has it changed the benefit? Change the benefit. Ah!
God.
That's right. He's leaving it all to Perkins.
Arthur the gardener. So you are suggesting that Florence Collymore broke into Charles' private room this afternoon?
Florence Collymore is the murderer!
Miss Collymore, get in here immediately. Oh. Miss Collymore, you have killed your fiancé we have the evidence to prove it.
How dare you, Perkins?
The time has come to confront Perkins and tell him we would have found out. To the elevator, Colimar!
How many times did I tell you we don't have an elevator? We couldn't afford it. We have a room next to it.
To the room next door, Colimar!
After you, Inspector.
Oh,
Winston, I said get down!
I'm so sorry about Winston. I shall put him outside.
Thank heavens, Inspector, these two have been accusing me of the most dreadful things.
Oh, shut your tongue! We all know what you have done!
Arthur, I presume?
Arthur the gardener is the gardener.
I am the longest serving person here at Havisham Manor.
He's been serving for Master Heversham for 90 years. 99 years.
99 years? What a dedicated man! Arthur, I was told that you left today at 6 o'clock. It appears you were hiding in the grounds the night 2 men were murdered.
You know, I got snowed in outside.
Yeah, Arthur the gardener got trapped in this terrible snowstorm and he couldn't make it out of the ground.
How implausible. I suppose you don't know what you have walked into.
On the contrary, Inspector, I believe that I found a clue that will close this case.
Handkerchief?
Monogrammed.
Monogram?
And stained with cyanide.
Cyanide?
Left beneath forced window that was used to gain access to this room. So someone poisoned Charles.
Good God. That is dreadful. I must investigate this handkerchief in more detail. Colimar, fetch me my magnifying glass, please.
Well, without delay, Inspector.
Very nice job.
Now, Inspector, there is something about that handkerchief that you have not detected.
I'll get it. Yes. It's for you.
Who is it?
Mr. Fitzroy.
Hand me the receiver! Yes, Mr. Fitzroy? Thomas Collymore speaking. Yes, this is a much more convenient time. What? Another transaction traced? A one-way ticket to Dover? Man, you've given £9,000 of my money to someone else. You're causing me more pain than you can possibly imagine. I shall hang up the phone immediately.
Sir,
You look like you could use a little bit of scotch.
No! Not more scotch! Man! Oh, excuse me, I must check my bank records immediately.
Inspector, there is still something about that handkerchief that you have not detected.
What is it, Perkins?
It bears initials. Initials FC.
Florence Collymore killed her fiancé!
You are the murderer, Miss Collymore! It is plain for all of us to see. You were engaged to Charles, a man who, according to your letter, you despised. And not only that, but you were also having an affair with his brother, Cecil. It seems plausible to me that you both murdered Charles, so you can be together.
Oh, stop it, Inspector. Cecil's dead too now, and I certainly didn't kill Charles.
Oh, you are the murderer, Miss Collymore.
Me? The murderer?
I take my bank records!
You liar, Florence!
You killed him!
I did not!
Oh, she's having one of her episodes!
You killed him, Miss Collymore.
I am no murderer!
We all know that's not true.
Just so, Inspector.
You have been exposed.
You're lying, Florence.
No, I'm not, Inspector.
Very well. Your name can easily be clear. We shall examine Charles's body for traces of cyanide poisoning. Perkins? Perkins?
Yes, Inspector.
Collymore, take me to the service quarters so I can examine the deceased once more. Arthur? Arthur? You stay here and guard Miss Collymore. She does not leave this room.
Arthur, you've known me for years. Surely you believe I would never do such a thing.
On the contrary, Miss Collymore, it is I who discovered you to be the guilty party.
How can you? Please, you must protect me from these fiends. I'll do anything to win your trust.
Miss Collymore, you don't use your feminine wiles to confuse me.
But you've said before how radiant I look when walking across the grounds. Even now, I can see it in your eyes, in the way you're looking at me. The way you're looking at me. The way you're looking at me. I know how you feel.
Miss Collymore, no! You are a murderer and a seductress, and I shall not be seduced.
Yes, Inspector. But I'm a beautiful woman. How can you resist me?
Miss Collymore, you are using your powers over a man. As you have
unreal. It's Collymore, it is. Oh, it is true. Perhaps that I have admired you. Then, no. Kiss me, Arthur. You know you want to. Kiss me, Arthur. You know you want to. Yeah!
What is going on? I can explain. I don't think you can.
Miss Collymore in Arthur's arms.
A second affair.
Florence, you've changed.
It was your wild accusations have driven me to this. My nerves are a wreck. I feel dizzy.
I suggest you settle down, miss. Well, you are.
Where is her medication?
I must have left it in the study.
Well, you are a wild criminal, Miss Collymore.
And to think we took you in.
Yes, you are.
Oh, Inspector! I feel dizzy. I think I'm going to faint.
No, Miss Collymore.
She has fainted.
It all became too much for her.
Gentlemen, why don't you lie here on the sofa? But careful with the hat, please.
Very well.
Well, good job, gentlemen.
I have found the Florence's medication.
Florence has fainted.
Florence. I'll wake her up. She's out cold.
But, is this the figure you saw outside earlier in the evening?
I cannot tell, Inspector. Thomas, please remove her hands out of her face. No, it was not her. Besides, the figure I saw was that of the man.
Of course it was. You were taken in by a handkerchief, planted outside the window to frame Lawrence, she and Cecil both had the motive to kill Charles. But the true motive belongs to Perkins.
Me, Inspector?
Yes, you, Perkins. It appears Perkins has been made the sole beneficiary of Charles's inheritance.
This is all a mistake.
Save your pleading for the police station. Thomas, handcuff him.
Of course, Inspector.
So he doesn't escape until I can drive him there.
But, Inspector, that won't be for hours. Now that the storm is at its peak.
What happened? What happened? I must have fainted.
Well, you did faint, Florence. And we found out that Perkins committed a murder.
Perkins! But he's such a kindly old man.
There must be some misunderstanding. I did not kill Charles, but I know who did.
Who?
Inspector Carter.
What on earth?
Poppycock!
You killed him because Charles knew about the police money you were embezzling.
Nonsense!
You said you met him before, that he was a consultant on a fraud case you were working on.
What of it?
And Charles found why no arrests were made. It was because the man committing the crime was yourself. You were the penetrator. You were the penetrator.
Perpetrator! You can't prove that.
But Charles could. And that's why you killed him!
And now I know your secret, Inspector. And what will you do? Kill me too?
Oh, I will. Confound it.
What a devil of a situation is it?
Not so fast, Inspector.
Charles!
Havisham!
Sir!
Charlie, I thought you were dead.
You're alive? That's not possible.
Oh, I'm afraid it is. You couldn't kill me that easily.
How did you survive?
I simply didn't drink the poisoned sherry you left out for me to see.
Charlie, this is...
Oh, Charlie, this is more than I can bear.
Ever since we last spoke at the police station, it was clear to me you thought I was onto you. It was at this point I became afraid that you would try to kill me. For months now, I've had my guard up, and tonight you fell into my trap.
You've been hiding in the grounds ever since this afternoon when you planted the poison.
It was you that I saw! You were the mysterious figure!
I thought it was strange. I thought it was strange you got here so quickly. It's so terrible.
But what about the handkerchief bearing Florence's initials?
I don't know, perhaps we should ask Inspector Carter, or should I say Inspector Frederick Carter.
S.C. The same initials.
Precisely. And when you found Charles' will in his ledger, you tried to pin the whole thing on me.
You damn crook.
Crafted devil!
Crafty indeed. Perkins here is as innocent as I am. Remove those handcuffs. This instant.
Of course, I have the key.
Drop the gun, Inspector. It's over.
Never! I came here to kill you, Charles, and I won't leave until the job is done.
I have all the evidence that I need in my study. I can prove your guilt in a second. Perkins, fetch the papers.
Yes, sir.
Lower your weapon, Inspector. It's over.
What are you going to do, Charles? Kill me in a room full of witnesses?
Don't think I wouldn't do it, Carter. You tried to kill me. I'd be merely returning the favor.
Please, Inspector, you... Please, Inspector, you're frightening me!
You ought to be frightened. You ought to be frightened.
Arthur, keep everyone inside while I send a wire to the local police.
You monster!
You tried to kill Charles and you killed Cecil!
I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I tried to kill Charles, but I never went near Cecil. In fact, when I found out that you two were having an affair, I was overjoyed. I had the perfect man to pin it on until my accomplice blundered in.
Your accomplice?
Thomas Collymore.
It's true. I'm the inspector's accomplice. I helped him move the money, but don't you think for a second I'm going down for this. Oh my God, he's locked the doors! We're all trapped in here.
To the elevator, Collymore. We can escape by the eastern staircase.
We don't have an elevator.
Get away from the elevator! Winston, get... Oh. Get away from the elevator! Winston, get them!
What's going on in here? Oh, Winston, good boy. You got him. Now you're not going anywhere, Collymore.
Get out of my way, Charles!
It's over, Collymore. We've been caught.
We've been caught!
But I'm surprised at you. I don't know. Brother, I'm surprised at you. I don't know what you've become.
Well, Carter and I found that between us we could steal the money easily from the police's sundry. I had the facility to move it. He had the access. We thought we could keep it secure, or at least until earlier this evening. As for Cecil, the line!
I'm a forgetful idiot who cannot remember his lines.
I'm a forgetful.
Perkins is bringing me all the evidence that I need. A list of every fraudulent transaction Thomas Colmore and Inspector Carter made.
This can't be true. This can't be true. I can't believe it. I won't believe it.
Your sordid affair sickened me, Florence.
Please, Charlie.
You broke my heart.
I made a mistake. Take me back. I'll be your
Take back your women who betrayed me. Never.
Charlie, you're all I had. Love me, please. Don't cast me aside. My friends have I need to be in the town and never again shall I feel your embrace. Let me be your last baby, your wife.
Thank you, Perkins. Get the door, Perkins, please. That will be the police to arrest both of you.
I cannot bear it. I cannot
Look
bear
at me
it.
like you used to.
Look at me like
Silence, Florences! You mean nothing to me now.
I know what this is the worst night of my life. Oh no. This is the worst night of my life.
No! This was the worst night of all of our lives!
But Thomas, Carter had you fooled, didn't he?
What are you talking about?
He never meant to share the money with you. Let me summarize.
Ow, bitch!
Let me summarize. Inspector Carter knew that I discovered that you and he were both embezzling police money, so you hatched a plan to kill me, planting cyanide in my sherry. Then, mistakenly believing I was dead, Inspector Carter tried to pin my murder on Cecil and Florence because of their affair. But then, your accomplice Thomas blundered in and shot my brother Cecil. Carter then tried to pin the whole thing on Perkins instead, after finding my will in the ledger, or for God's sake, shut the fuck up! Except, what you didn't know, Thomas, was that the inspector made a £9,000 withdrawal from your private accounts this morning, with a plan to flee to Dover. And after finding someone for my murder, he planned to flee, taking every goddamn penny with him. Well, I think it's time we have a look inside your attaché case, Inspector. The bottle of cyanide. Thomas Collimore's £9,000.
And of course, one-way ticket to modern talking.
He allowed you to store all the stolen money in your private accounts, taking all the risk. Isn't that right, Inspector?
All right. I'll admit it. I forged your signature at the bank and took out every penny. I hadn't bargained on your accountant catching on so soon and telephoning you. Thomas.
You rogue! I trusted you, and you betrayed me. You know, you made a mistake there. I'm afraid this was your last.
No!
My fingers!
Oh, sir.
Excellent, Perkins. Good job. Now, if you excuse me, I'd like to have a word with Thomas, if private. Oh, Thomas, you're not the man I knew from youth. You become greedy and jealous.
I'm sorry, Charles. My nerves are in shreds.
Well, there's a glass of sherry right over there.
Oh, thank you. Always so kind, Thomas.
Drink it up.
Most kind.
Now, tell me, Thomas. The glass of poisoned sherry the inspector left out for me this evening. What do you suppose I did with it?
What do you mean? So, do you mean to say line? Line!
Just die for Christ's sake.
Oh, how dare you!
Oh.
Oh, Thomas. How I wish this could have all ended differently. Your lies and deceits have led you inexorably to this end. If men shall allow their conscience to be governed by greed, then death and destruction shall prevail. Betrayed by my brother, cuckolded by my own fiancée, and almost murdered by my oldest friend. Let us hope there shall never again be a murder at Haversham Manor.
Rien de being such a wonderful audience, and also thank you for coming. But before we all gather at the bar for a little chat maybe, or
Refreshments!
well, or maybe you would like to dance, as DJ Mike is here today to play for us. Well, before that, we would like to thank to some very important people who are responsible for this production. Well, first of all, I would like to thank to all the members of the board of our Civic Association, Bex Krajčovičová, who and also a member of the stage crew, Tomáš Štrvík for promoting our theatre. Well, all the stage crew, come join us. And above all, I'm sure you can imagine how difficult it can be when you have a production like that and someone has to literally throw the stuff behind the walls or from somewhere, from backstage. Well, and all semester, one person was working so hard on this project. And this person is Lilia Nikova. If you could join us on stage. Well, you're here already. Thank you so very much for all your input. You were essential for this production, working all semester. And then, of course, this is the first time we have built. Yes, I get it. Okay. Well, it's the first time we have built the stage ourselves. Thank you. And what a stage it was. Do you agree? Well, also there was one very special person responsible for that, and it's Lukáš Slovák, and I would like you here on stage. Thank you so very much. You can't imagine how much we appreciate all your input. And well, we know that you are graduating this year, and we thought it would be very nice to prove that you are really qualified for some stuff we've done together. You can't even imagine. We have been sewing, upholstering a couch together. Therefore, you get a certificate for all this stuff in upholstery, sewing, and also carpentry for all this. Thank you so very much. I think you will be very wanted on the job market right now. And well, last but not least, I think we should thank to our wonderful director, Bohdan Metenkanic. Bohdan, thank you so very much. You know, many times director stays or is invisible behind or in backstage, as I said before. But Bohdan, it's been a joy working with you all semester. We would like to thank you for everything. Maybe you don't get that much feedback, as you are the only one to get to criticize at rehearsals. But well, it's true that we really appreciate what you do. We appreciate your opinion and everything. So thank you all. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And enjoy the rest of